Welcome, one and all. I'm Decoy, and today I've got a bunch of cool, unique camp locations that come with plants or workbenches, something special and unique. And what's great about these locations is most players don't know that you can put your camp here, so it will save you from that nightmare of spawning into the world and getting the lovely message, "Oh, your camp can't be placed." Because I know it sucks. We've all been there. But hopefully, with one of these locations, if you decide to take it, you won't have to worry about that too much. This location, pre-set up for an entire farm. It's pretty nice. You got a lot of corn, so I hope you're in the mood for that. But if you don't like these plants and this half-destroyed shack over here, there's some fertilizer to help you out with planting different crops. Then as you move over into the barn, you have more random junk items and an armor workbench. Pretty nice, right? Anything that'll help save you some camp budget will make your camp that much better. Now, downside to some of these locations, aside from maybe a lack of a resource extractor, is going to be that some of them enemies will just naturally spawn here. So you're going to want to have turrets set up to deal with that issue. But overall, pretty freaking cool. Sadly, this location is going to stick you up near the top corner of the map. But at least it's not right on top of 76. Moving on, now we're at a lovely little spot that gives more of a rustic or raider type feel. Not only that, it comes complete with a tinkerer's workbench. Pretty nice. You're also going to get some bags of cement and a cooking station. So that'll give you a couple different crafting things that you don't even have to worry about building. Now, when I showed up here, there were super mutants living here, but it's okay, I evicted them. But you may have to worry about what enemies spawn here. Inside, of course, you got your first aid station, some adhesive, some spices and stuff. You know, all the little things that make life a little bit easier. Now, there is a bed back here. And look at that, military-grade duct tape. Oh, yeah. 2 things of it, too. That was pretty nice. Got your explosives crate, a little bit of water, some more junk. There is an upstairs. We'll get to that here in a second. Because, look at that, you'll have a Mr. Jangles the Moon Monkey. Who doesn't want him just hanging out in their camp? Of course, a little bit more stuff to loot. There's no telling what will actually be in your containers. Maybe it'll be something even better. You get a lovely little view of the crashed space station from here. Oh, and let's not forget the outhouse, right? Gotta have an outhouse. Nothing too special about this other than there is a poem inside. Didn't take the time to read that in this video, but it's there if you want to look at it. So, I think someone's going to enjoy that spot. I don't know how many people would actually move there, because again, you're up near the top of the map. Let's move on. How about a raider windmill? Oh yeah. Gotta admit, it'd be pretty cool to have something animated at your camp. It'd really set it apart from everybody else's camps. Make it something special. Plenty of decapitated heads and bodies around the camp for that extra raider vibe. I'm sure someone out there is going to hop on this. They're going to love it. Over here you do have a camp pit, a couple sleeping bags, but it doesn't seem like you can actually sleep in the sleeping bags. Thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, look at that sign. Pretty sure at a glance it said shenanigans. More heads. Just what a raider would want. You do have a combat rifle and some ammo. I'm not sure if that's actually what spawns there every time, but it was there for me. Up here we got a little bit more stuff, and some plans can spawn on that shelf right there. Something special to keep an eye out for. And up at the top, you got another bed that doesn't seem to work. An ammo box and a duffel bag. Honestly think this would be a fairly cool location to set up. I mean, you're not really getting much free building that's already here. But you get a friggin' windmill that looks awesome. I'm not quite sure how it's actually turning, but still pretty freaking cool. One good thing about this location is it's going to keep you closer towards the center of the map and also right near top of the world, so you are really close to a train station. Into the mire we go. Now this spot, definitely unique, because it's a train car bunker, or something along those lines. But I saw this and went, oh, if you build a camp on top of it, you'd have probably the most unique basement in the game. Not only that, you get some drugs in your basement. Interesting. Plenty of lootable containers. All sorts of other random junk items you can pick up. Sadly, it's so crammed in here that you're not really going to have too much free space to actually place anything inside. There's also a recipe right there on the table. Almost forgot to mention it. But again, while it is a lot crammed in here, you got to look at it as think of all the junk you could be picking up and scrapping. I know someone's thinking, why don't you just go to a junk extractor? Nah. Alright, some of us would like to get away from high-value targets and move away from all the hustle and bustle of resource locations. Now you're going to have a lot. You can get a free radio, but that cap stash right there, that's got to be a pretty big selling point for somebody. I mean, having free caps spawn in your basement, I think that's pretty cool. And honestly, a lot of the junk around here that you can scrap is useful junk. Get you some screws and gears, and I know I didn't sit here and go through and loot everything to see what I could get, but I feel like there's a fair mix of scrappable items down there. Could you just imagine putting your camp up on top of this? I can, and I think it would be amazing. Now this spot is going to place you close to the center of the mire, so I don't know how many people are actually wanting to live out in this area, but I don't think you'll have to worry about too many players bumping into you or stealing your location until they find out about it through this video. Okay, now we're going to the ash heap. And what's weird is if you look at the spot on the map, it doesn't look like it's in the ash heap, but technically it is. You get your giant wood pile, wood crate that's lootable. Now, I was kind of bummed out that you couldn't build inside this shed or the actual house itself, but I feel like there's something that helps make up for that, and I'll get to it in a minute. Now, you're going to have a lot of different junk and stuff that you can pick up, which should be expected by now. Also going to be a lot of different spots where you can get wood. Not that that's a high value thing that anyone's looking for, but a little bit of extra wood never hurts. Now around the back side of the house, there's going to be a skeleton. He's got some drugs and a first aid kit. Pretty nice. But the real selling point of this place is you get a greenhouse with plants just chilling ready to go, and more wood, because you always need more wood, right? Look at that. You got 6 plants just chilling indoors, and some free concrete, so you can boost up the defenses around your camp. I thought this was pretty nice. Not only that, but since it's the ash heap, it's going to put you closer to the bottom of the map, which is a spot where I know a lot of people want to move. So I tried to make sure this one was closer towards bottom middle, and again, it might not look like it, but that was the ash heap. Alright, into the cranberry bog. And this is just a wreck. A train wreck. Not really, like a monorail wreck. Still not sure how the monorail got this far away from the line, other than possibly a scorch beast picking it up and flying off with it. Now, this camp does come with pre-built-in walls and defenses. Not only that, you have this massive monorail that you can go inside of, and the only way into it is blocked off by this little section right here. Now, when I showed up here, there were robots and Scorch duking it out, So that's something you may have to worry about if you move here. But there's plenty of loot to be had. And of course, you get the free cooking station. And this train car is, or monorail car, is really long. Also kind of trippy when you're walking through it and it keeps tilting to different angles and you're trying to run through it. Now if you do set up your camp, there is no way this entire monorail will fit into your camp. But I wanted to go ahead and run through it so you could see what type of loot there is inside. Now this one, since it's in the cranberry bog, will put you in a fairly good position for fast traveling to the final boss fight in the bottom right. Everybody loves the Scorched Beast Queen, right? Sadly, I wish more people would nuke it, but it is what it is. Now this actually wraps up all my unique locations for this video, but I do have more, and I'll probably release another video next week with even more unique, cool locations. So if you're looking to get away from all the hustle and bustle of high traffic camp spots, this might help you out. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.